Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. I hope you guys can hear me. Make sure that the volume is on. Hi. Okay. Yes, good afternoon. Today is August 30th, 2021, and the time is now 3 minutes to 1 p.m. I'm just coming back from outside, and yeah, let me tell you some updates with everything. I still haven't, my significant other is still in the hospital, but I hope they get released today. But if not, I will need to take the PCR test, the test for testing you if you have the that particular virus. And I felt pressure to get it. And yes, I also had to clarify something. It was thought that when you go into the hospital, they do require a test, PCR test, like negative, and that test is only good for 72 days to use that reading. Hey, CDL. Hey, it's always good to see you. Yes. I'm just coming on. You didn't really miss a thing. Good afternoon. Yes. It's always good to see my regulars. Yeah. You put a smile on your face. I mean, you put a smile on my face, as we say. Well, yeah, so I had to clarify information from someone. Someone thought that when you get the PCR reading, you have to wait 3 days before you go to the hospital. And that didn't make any sense. So I called up the hospital and for them to clarify. And my reasoning was correct. You get it, you take the test, and that test is good for 72 hours. So upon getting it, then you could present that to the hospital in question, at least the one that I would have to go to visit someone. So yeah, I'm glad about that. So I don't know whether they'll have to stay in the hospital another day. I hope not. I hope they can go home so I can visit them. But I said, let me, in case they have to stay in, let me just go get one. So, where I live in New York City, they have all these trucks that do the testing to see if you have that particular thing. And so I said, well, let me go try to find one of those trucks. So yes, I found one, and I asked if they do the spit test, and they do. They said it's not as accurate as the one that they use the probe, and but yes, they do use that. I mean, they take the spit test. It takes, you get results in 24 hours. There also is what they call the rapid testing. But I was told the rapid testing, they say gives a 30% false positive. Let's see, but they said the PCR test and the quick one, they're not really like the same thing. So the hospitals prefer the PCR testing. What else? So I told them I'm interested in the one that you have to spit in. They ask for ID, and upon giving them ID, they fill out the form. They fill out the form for me. I told them I don't have a cell phone number, and that I do have a email address, but I don't really use it. So they said, well, we can take your address and everything. So they did that. they gave me a little cup, like it looks like a test tube, and you spit in it, and it's really quick actually. It took maybe 1 minute, and then the cup, seal it and everything. What else? And that basically was it, you know. So I asked them, so I had left. When I was halfway down the next block, I said, I should ask them if by chance the test comes out negative, what do you do? So I went back. And, I have to, yeah, they said that if you come out positive, that they have to send the information to the city, and that I would get a notification from them that they would usually, call on your cell phone or some other means of contact. Yeah, because I didn't have a phone number to give them. So I guess my address or my email. But when I asked her initially, what I almost forgot to say, I said, is this kept confidential? And she said, yes. Well, it's not confidential. It's not confidential if they pass on that information to the city, and that the city will then get in contact with me. I will get a notification that they want to see me and talk to me. It's not something. And the other thing I wanted to share was I asked them, well, if you test positive, where do you get treatment? And what if you want a particular type of treatment? I asked them about the hydrochloroquine. She says, I don't know. So isn't that something? So the whole point of doing this live stream is that, one, your information is not confidential if you test positive. And I would imagine even if you take the test and it's negative, they still have your data. They still have that you took the test. And I think that's problematic. I think it's problematic to send your personal health information to someone else. And they didn't tell you that they're going to do that. So I find that deceptive. So for those of you, I just want you to know what all your options are, what they can do. And based on the information, you decide how you want to handle it. Do you want to take a test? Because they will share your data. And I find that problematic. And they do not have anywhere for you to go or treatment. So what's the whole point of having all these trucks? They have trucks everywhere in New York City to get a free of pocket expense to get this test. Oh, you also said it's no out of pocket cost, but they'll ask for your health insurance, and if you don't have that, then the city gobbles up the cost. So they say. And again, it takes 24 hours. How they get in contact with you to tell you what results you have. They email you, and then you have to just download the information. Yeah, everything is all computerized. And again, as I told you all, that I want to try to wean away from the social media. Yes, I'm doing this. I'm in the hallway. I don't have, and I gave up my internet service and my cell phone service. Yeah, just to detox from it for at least 3 months. And so everything is becoming, what do you call it? Internet. Everything is computerized. All the data is being stored probably on the internet. Your data, when you take the test, it's sent to you on your email. I said, well, what if you just call my home phone? and you can give it to me there. So they said no, they don't like doing phone calls, that they send it to your email. Oh, see that? See, they trap you. It's like you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. That you're being forced into a system, a social system of your business is not your own. And it's not that I have anything to hide, but it's just that they're forcing you to, that it's more invasive what's happening. Getting the PCR test, they prefer the nasal one, but they do have the spit test, so at least that's okay. Your data will be shared, even though they said initially that it's confidential. It's not confidential if you turn positive, but anyone could see that. Anyone can sell information. That's just too on me. They claim they don't, but anybody can sell data to someone, or things could get missing. A database could be compromised, right? I went to did a service in the VA hospital, and there was free legal help. You get to talk to a lawyer. Well, their database was breached, and I get a notice in the mail. So even working within the government, the VA hospital, and utilizing the service that they provide there, or liaison, and then you get it's a breach. So, yeah, I thought this was very important because, knowledge is very powerful if you know the right questions to ask, have the right data, right information. So that's why I'm sharing this, because you have to decide for yourself. So you have a loved one, and to get to see them, you need to present a PCR negative test. And to do that, you have to find a place that provides the testing. I would presume that if it's your private doctor, who knows, you may have to pay for that. How much is that test? Someone said that the spit test is more expensive than the nasal swab test. But if you don't have the money, So maybe the city is picking up the tab, for everybody. I don't know. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. That is basically it. So, it's like you can't get away. You can't get away from the system. Your information's there. They want you to be connected with the internet, because all the means of communication is primarily email. They do not want to call. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I'm just very stressed out, but I'm okay though. I'll be okay. I didn't go out yet. Outside of getting the PCR test, the spit test, I didn't go out yet. I don't know whether I'll go out. It's very cloudy. I better look at that. Yeah, it's very cloudy and very humid. So, so either way, I won't be able to see this person today. I have to get the results sometime tomorrow. Yeah. So thank you again, and please pray for me to keep strong. That my significant other be well. Yeah, we're gonna need it. Yeah. So I hope you guys are well also. I didn't even ask you how you all doing. I hope you guys are being okay. Take care of your health. Your health is very important, and know your rights. Know about your rights. Right? They try to scare us all. Yeah, they try to scare us. But it's all good, and I thank you again. Yes, Sophia, yes. It's always good to see you too, yes. So, I hope where you guys live, that I hope or your significant others are well, and know beforehand about these PCR tests. They're not accurate, but if you have to see that significant other who's in the hospital, you have to present some data, a negative test result. And at least with this hospital, that test is only good for 72 hours / 3 days. Okay, so that means if your person is in there for indefinite stay, that means every 4 days you got to get this test, and then there's a 1 day period where the waiting period. So it's like every 5 days, was it? Something like that. So it's all good. It's all good, right? So thank you again. Peace, love, and joy, and stay strong and be proactive regarding your well-being. Okay? This is Spirit Journey signing off. Bye bye.